What is up, guys? What's going on? It's your boy Dave, the Roof Poppy, your favorite roofer's favorite roofer, and we are back again with another episode of Roofing Underground. Today, we are going to do something a little bit different. Today, we are going to start a segment that we are going to do called Digging Deep, and this is Digging Deep is a segment where we take a closer look at things that we see and experience and have to go through in contracting or in life or in parenthood or in marriage, whatever the case may be. Digging deep is all about taking a closer look at something, not necessarily teaching you things, but just opening up your perspective a little bit. And that's what we're going to do on this episode of Digging Deep at Roofing Underground. So, without further ado, let's get to digging. Here's the deal. This week, we have had quite a few interesting turn of events, if you will. I had, for the last couple of weeks, we've been very active on canvassing and focusing our efforts in a specific area here in Texas. And as a result of that, I had a lady approach me via text message that apparently I must have left a card on her door or something like that. She wanted to ask me if I could do a an estimate for a new construction home that she was doing here in Texas. And I told her, yeah, sure, absolutely. Why would I want to do an estimate for a new construction home? She sent me over the plans and we started looking at the plans. Now, I don't know if a lot of homeowners know this or not. A lot of people that watch my show are contractors. And so we have to be very careful about um, speaking like contractors a lot of times when homeowners are expecting us to speak like normal human beings. And so the thing that we have that we deal with is making sure that we're explaining ourselves carefully. And so in this situation, I had to find and craft a way to share my knowledge and my expertise with this individual in a way that was understandable to her. And so what it forced me to do was really kind of pull back the curtain and be very honest and transparent with her. And I'm going to share that honesty and that transparency with you today. So if you are a contractor, welcome to Roofing Underground. This show is designed for guys like you and I that want to get better at contracting, better at business, better at life, better at marriage, better at whatever it is you're doing. This show is for you. And so today, if you're a homeowner and you're watching our show, I want to advise you about two things. Number one, be careful about the language. You're going to hear me say some things that you might not like. You may not totally agree with the verbiage that I use sometimes, a little abrasive, I've been told. But I am just being honest with you and being fair and transparent. So the lady sent me her plans and she asked me, Dave, can you give me an estimate? I said, absolutely. We take a set of plans from a PDF scale and we upload them into a computer software. And that computer software, once we assign a scale, like a 1/4 inch to 1 or whatever it means, we input a known distance on a length of a wall from an aerial photograph. If I know the left side of your garage is 22 feet front to back, and I can assign that length on a picture of your home, the computer can figure out how long every other line I draw on your roof is if I give it the right angle, or the degree of rise and run is what we call it. That's why you hear people in the industry refer to that as the pitch of your roof. That is the rise over the run, the up over the over that your roof sits at. So a 4 and 12 pitch roof would be 4 inches up for every 12 inches of travel, horizontal travel. Um, that's what pitch means. And so we assign the pitch inside of our software and we start cranking out numbers and we start assigning line items for materials in the estimate. And we need this many feet of drip edge and this many linear feet of starter shingle and this many feet of things. So these estimates are actually put together using software. And there are tons of variations of software. The most common types of software that you'll hear contractors, especially in roofing, use Eagle View, they use Roofer, they use Hover. These are all software on that's available online. It's cloud-based software that can take measurements and do everything that you need to help you understand what's going on with the measurements of your home. And so now what we're going to do is take these measurements from our software and assign them to material items that count up how much stuff we need. And it literally puts your price, and because we're a business, I don't know if homeowners know this or not. I feel like I have to remind homeowners that contractors are a for-profit business as well. The better job we do, the higher quality materials, the more skilled our contractors are, the higher they charge, the more profit. Here's industry secret number one, ladies and gentlemen. A nail from Home Depot cost me the exact same as a nail for anybody else in Texas at Home Depot. Let that sink in for a second. What any contractor can purchase new materials in an original wrapper from a distributor directly from a manufacturer, we pay damn near the same price. Damn near. We're talking about maybe if you have an out of pocket distributor or you have a special distributor like SRS or Certainteed or ABC or excuse me, not Certainteed, they're a manufacturer. But if you have a distributor for roofing materials, you may be able to negotiate a better price based on how much you build. Now, homeowners, here's trick number two. If a contractor gets a good material price from a distributor, a real high quality distributor, chances are that contractor does a shit ton of business. Okay, number one, because that's why distribution companies give contractors discounts on their shingles or on their building materials, is because they buy a shit ton of them, which means you're installing a ton of building materials. You're doing a lot of business. If you're doing a lot of business, you must be good at executing, installing, passing inspections, not having callbacks or warranty issues. You are an established business. It is okay for contractors to make a healthy, livable profit margin on their jobs, right? We're no different than Amazon. We're no different than Tesla. Do you think Elon Musk really paid $110,000 for a freaking Tesla to be made? No, there is an insane markup on those things, an insane markup above what a vehicle costs to manufacture versus what it is sold. The exact same thing exists in your home. A home to be built does not cost the same as it is to build as it is to buy. It is much more expensive to buy a home than it is to contract selection your damn self and be the GC to facilitate all of the problems. So you guys have to understand, if you are a homeowner, there is a possibility that your contractor is going to be making a profit from your jobs. So, excuse me. What we have is a situation where homeowners sometimes don't understand that contractors need to make a profit. Okay. The example I have from this week's escapades, let's just call it a fiasco, was the lady that I was speaking to about the material takeoff, figuring out how to give her an accurate estimate. We sent her a $31,000 estimate. A $31,000 estimate. Most homeowners are like, holy shit, that's expensive. This is a 7,000 square foot roof. $31,000 is like right down the cusp of normal and acceptable for that many square feet of roofing. Okay. It was a 10-12 pitch, which means it was pretty steep. It was a 10-12 pitch, pretty steep. And it also had metal flashing accessories on different little dormers. So like imagine windows with eyebrows over the top of them. And those eyebrows are all metal. That's what like a small overframe is, or a dormer extension, or a gable. They have all kinds of different words for them, depending on what part of the architecture of their home they're on. But think of it as a little rectangle like an eyebrow sitting over different windows. There were a lot of them on this house. So we gave her $31,000 for the estimate. $31,000 for the estimate. And she told me, Dave, I think you're going to have a hard time beating our cheapest estimate. And I said, well, that all depends. I don't know what products they're using. I don't know how they're installing it. I don't know if they carry a manufacturer certification. I don't know if they're licensed. I don't know if they have insurance. I don't know if they have the overhead that my company has, because they may not do the volume of business that my company does. They also might not carry the industry certifications or have the experience or the project management skill that my company does. I don't know. So I asked the potential customer to let us look at her previous estimates and to assess those and see apples to apples. What are we talking about building the same thing? Contractors, if you're not asking to at least have the opportunity to look at competitive estimates, you're doing yourself a disservice. Ask. The worst thing a homeowner can say is no. Because if they're shopping for estimates, they want the best price. They want to see homeowners. I'm going to give away your secret right now. Homeowners, when they ask for your best price, they want to see how low you can get. Plain and simple. Everybody wants a good deal, but nobody does that shit at Costco. Nobody does it at the gas pump. We don't tell the gas guy, hey man, I really don't want to pay $2.99 a gallon for this. Can I just get it for like $1.85 this week? No, we don't do that. You know why? Because when your product is necessary, when it is required, you can control the price that you want to charge. And as a business owner, that happens once you've established credibility inside of your market area. You've established a track record for doing great installs, having high quality work. You're successful. You're paying your bills. Your subcontractors are paid. Your employees are paid. Everybody speaks highly about your business. That shit takes time. Okay, that shit takes time. But for the homeowner to send me her two estimates, I looked at one and it was from another roofing contractor local to my area that I happen to know very well. Um, Not super well, but we're good acquaintances. And I also have a lot of high regard for this roofing contractor because of what she's done in the industry and who she is as a person. She's a great contractor. She's very knowledgeable roofing contractor. Her estimate was $1,000 higher than mine. $32,000, $33,000, I think hers was. And we were right at $32,000. The third estimate came from a family, her dad's friend who owned a contracting company. And his estimate for 7,000 square feet of roofing material was a little over 15,550. I don't know if anybody wants to do the math on that real quick, but it's about $202.26 a square foot. $15,500 for 7,000 square feet of roofing. Now, if you're a homeowner, you're thinking, man, that's a sweet deal. If you're a contractor, you're thinking, I don't know where these people are about to get screwed, but it's coming. Because here's what we know in this industry. This is where we're going to take a deeper look into this. We have this thing called the bait and switch in contracting. I don't know if homeowners are aware of this. I know general contractors are aware of this. Guys that build a large commercial properties are aware of this. But here's the bait and switch. Here's what happens. You get a set of estimates mailed to you if you're a GC or if you're a subcontractor. A GC sends out a bunch of plans and wants estimates from different subs for concrete work, cabinetry, and things like that. And what happens is the smart contractors know in order to get in those big money games, you got to bid them at small profit margins, miserable profit margins, because what you want is a contract signed. You want an obligatory transaction between a business and a person. And what happens when you have that obligatory transaction where somebody has to do something, when they have to do the transaction, the contractors start issuing change orders. And these change orders start increasing the prices as they go. And you're already in business with them. You're already contracted to perform the job. Hell, they may already have started construction. That's why it's called the bait and switch. And I have a strange feeling that this person was probably going to get bait and switched by this contractor. $15,500 is what this company's estimate was for 7,000 square feet of roofing, including 2 squares of metal. The shingles alone are going to cost me, and I showed this information to my potential customer, $11,653 and some change. Just the shingles. My labor on that job would have been close to 5,000. I would have been doing it for free and then writing off another $1,800, $1,500 as a loss. I would not have had any money to carry a warranty on that job for the 5 years that this contractor proposed to carry a warranty on the job. If there's no profits, what? How are you going to carry a warranty on a job? The money has to come from somewhere, ladies and gentlemen. Just like in business, same thing in economics. There's no such thing as a free lunch. If you're not paying for it, you're probably the thing getting sold. Okay? You're probably the thing getting sold if you ain't paying for it. You are the product. So here's the problem that I had. I showed her the information and I said, ma'am, I can absolutely promise you I will be nowhere near $15,500. My material cost alone on this job and my labor itself would exceed that number. So here's the advice that I could give you. And this is what I gave. This is literally what I sent her in a text message. If this person comes recommended to you from a close family friend for a new construction home that you're being built, I don't know if you guys know, roofing contractors, you'll figure this one out real quick. This contractor proposed to install 4 turbines on 70 squares of black shingles. 4 motherfucking turbines to exhaust 7,000 square feet of home. Okay. Okay. If you, bro, if you fucking say so, 7,000, 4 turbines wouldn't do, like 4 turbines wouldn't do 14,000, like 1,400 square feet. But 7,000 square foot, and this dude's going to put 4 turbines in his proposal. Woo! Okay. So, number one, not only are his air vent calculations like horribly awry, but 15,500 is not enough money to do this job. And so the gentleman may very well be doing it for free. And the lady explained to me that it was her dad's friend that owns a contracting business. Homeowners, here's my second tip for you guys. Google search reviews for your contractor that you're anticipating selecting for your construction. This gentleman had 3 reviews. 3 reviews. But been in business years. No website. Okay. Seems pretty trustworthy. I also had a phone call the other day from somebody that said they were with the IRS and they were trying to get my social because the ATF was gonna serve a search warrant on my house because a car that I rented in somewhere was found with blood and drugs in it. Yeah, fucking right, bro. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. If there was something in that car that was mine, I want that shit back. But there wasn't nothing in there that was mine. Just like 4 turbines are not going to properly vent 7,000 square feet of home space. So I told her, here's my advice to you, ma'am. I want you to be very, very, very sure that you get a written contract from this contractor saying that he agrees for this price to build that roof according to the plans as they've been issued on a specific date. Find the date that's on the plans, that revision of the plans. That's what you put in your contract. That is your scope of work. Those are your plans. You need to get that shit in writing. Not that he's going to build a roof on your house and a roof over your garage for $15,500. Get the actual footage. Get the actual scope of work. That way, when he signs an agreement to do $15,500 and he says, hey, we got to change order this, not unless we change it with the engineer. I have no reason to change my plans. As a contractor, unless my engineer says, hey, we got to change plans, or the contractor says, hey, engineer, this isn't going to work. You got no reason to change your plans if they've already been signed off by an engineer. And let's be honest, this is roofing, right? The plans say that the roof needs to be scoped, called out. Plans are to be the properties to be home, whatever the fuck they said. The house is to be properly ventilated according to code by the contractor. Doesn't say how much because they apparently engineers can't calculate 150 to 1. Like they don't know how to do square footage calculations for ventilation. Maybe they do. Maybe they just suck at doing it. I have no idea. But the advice that I gave to her was get this shit in writing. Get it in writing. I don't know how many roofs this guy is intending, new construction roofs this gentleman's intending to build, and I've got no idea. But I made a decision to throw in the towel and say, hey, listen, I can't come down on my price. I'm not going to come down. I'm not a $226 a square roof. I don't roof homes for $2.26 a foot. I roof homes for twice that. And so do 90% of your real roofing contractors in your region. What I recommended for her to do was to get rid of that estimate altogether. Dude, that's so far out of line with any other. Go get one more. Go get one. Please go get one more. I'll even say, and I even told her, I'll even send you the contractor. I'll send you another contractor that I know with a 4.5-star rating or higher on Google with at least 50 reviews in the last 2 years. I'll send you those people. Quality fucking contractors. People that I know would compete against me dollar for dollar, value for value, all day fucking long in the realm of doing good business and building great shit. I will send you these people myself. And she didn't need it. She didn't want it. She said she only intended to live in this new construction home for like 2 years. Wasn't really something that she was super interested in. I don't know how this is going to work out for her, but I do know this. Contractors, you also have to know when to throw in the towel, right? When to pass up a job. I could have done what a lot of people would have done, which is said, well, let me ask you, I can't do it for 15.5, but what if I can finance you at 27 and you don't have to pay that whole 15.5 up front? Like you have to pay. They got a new construction home loan. They're already making payments on the 15.5. What the fuck are we talking about? They don't need to finance. They're looking to pay as little as possible for a new construction home with the cost of construction materials. Homeowners, shingles are made out of oil. When was the last time y'all looked at the price of oil or gasoline? It's fucking expensive, right? It's expensive. So is lumber. What's your house made out of? Lumber. What else is oil in? Plastics, paints, styrofoam, the fucking trim plates on your wall that cover all your screws are all plastic. The shit's made with oil. Your carpet is made out of acrylic fibers. That shit's manufactured with oil. The paint on the walls, dude. So many things in construction. So many things in the world period are made of fucking oil products, right? But the cost of construction, number one, gets worse with season. Number two, it gets worse with the economy. Number three, if you want to finance some shit right now, you're high. You're absolutely stoned if you want to jump into 11% fucking interest on something crazy right now, which is why I think, I'll be honest, I had a conversation with a buddy of mine that was pretty heavy in the solar industry. I think there's a huge disruption coming in the solar industry pretty soon because interest rates suck. Interest rates suck right now. And so even if you are getting a rebate, what the hell are you going to do with 12.5% interest or 20%? It's insane. And that's just on a low end. That's like on a federal, like a national level, 11%, 8%. But we're talking about like 30% sometimes interest. 40% interest on some of these solar loans. I think the solar industry is in for a rude fucking awakening if the federal government keeps dicking around with our interest rates like the way they are. But that's neither here nor there. That's for a different show. What I think contractors need to remember is that it's okay to bow out of the race. It is okay to say, ma'am, I don't think we're talking about doing the same thing. I don't think I had somebody one time refer to another company as my direct competitor. And in this area, in this region of Texas, oh, these people are your direct. I got another quote from your direct competitors, and I looked at their company. They're not my competitors. I promise you that. My homeowners don't go to Home Depot with me to pay for my materials. I have credit accounts. I pay cash for my shit. My homeowners don't go in line. My homeowners don't go. My homeowners don't go to Home Depot with me and check out behind stand at the register while I'm standing there pushing the shopping cart full of fucking shit. That's not. These aren't my fucking competitors. These people are. We're not in the same arena. And so contractors, you have to understand, some customers, some potential customers simply are not your customers. Homeowners, you have to understand that some contractors are simply not your contractors. You can pay. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Here's another industry secret for you homeowners. Y'all can literally stop paying out of your own pocket once your deductible limit is met if you have to have your home fixed because of a water leak or a hailstorm or a tornado or whatever. If you have, let me show you guys this real quick. Homeowners, this is going to be great for you. Watch this clip. If you have a $300,000 home, okay, and your deductible is 1%, that is $3,000. When you have an insurance loss on your property, tornado, this number right here, $3,000. Once you, homeowner, have paid $3,000 out of your pocket to your contractor to fix your property, I don't care how much shit is done to your property, the insurance company pays the rest of the bill past this. Do you have medical insurance, folks? Do you know how your medical insurance works? Once you've paid your deductible, the insurance company picks up the rest of the bill. So when you're shopping for contractors, especially doing insurance restoration work, stop looking for the cheapest contractor. Don't look for the cheapest contractor. Shop estimates based on quality, skill, business experience, acumen, right? Whether or not they have a sustainable company that's going to be around in 2 or 3 years. Okay? Look at this shit, homeowners. Check their resume. Ask them about building codes. Hell, call your local building official and ask them, hey, have you ever had to do inspections on this roofing company? Do you know this roofing company? Your building inspectors will tell you, hey, if you want a good roofer, I'll send you one, because good roofers are pulling permits every fucking day. We know our registered building officials. We know these people. So if you want, homeowners, good industry secrets here, if you're doing insurance restoration work, stop shopping contractors for price, because your insurance company is responsible for paying every penny for a reasonable and necessary cost to repair your property. Now you say, Dave, well, who gets to decide what reasonable and necessary is? You really think it's the people that owe you fucking money? Do you really believe that the people that are responsible for paying you back for the shit that got broken on your home are going to honestly give you every penny you're supposed to get? I'll let that sink in for a second. I too once thought that the IRS was not going to fuck me over when it came to telling me how much money I owed them. I will never let the IRS do my taxes. I promise you that. And you would be a damn fool to let the IRS do your taxes too. That's the same thing. You're going to let the insurance company tell you how much money they owe you. You better get a second opinion. Contractors, homeowners, here's another fucking secret for you. We have access to the exact same software that insurance companies have. It's called Xactimate. It's called, what's the one that Alacrity uses? There's all sorts of, anyways, I can't remember the dumb one, the one that looks really bad, but there's two basic layouts. And really what it is a Microsoft Excel sheet that's already set up with formulas. We don't choose the dollar value that's assigned to any of the products in the catalog, and neither does the insurance company. A third-party company sets up averages for different regions that they record through data that they collect. And they assign average price, material, and labor for different line items related to construction inside of a huge catalog where they can create estimates inside of that. Now, these are estimates for a reason, because God's honest truth, your insurance adjusters and shit, they're not construction professionals. Half these dudes don't know how to put together fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but they're going to tell you how to build 7,000 square feet of good functioning, properly installed roofing systems as a system. It's multiple integrated pieces working together here. This shit ain't tiddlywinks, folks. It's a little bit more complicated than that. But you got to be able to know when to bow out. Not every homeowner is going to be your customer. Not every customer, not every contractor, homeowners are going to be your contractors. Choose wisely, because you and your family are going to have to sleep inside of the building that somebody is ultimately responsible for. And a lot of times, contractors, we do not impress upon our homeowners how imperative it is that we do a good job. Because if a business sustains a leak, let's say I build a roof on your home and it's a $10,000 roof and you want the lowest bid and I do it for $7,000. I'm cutting my own throat on this job. That's a 30%. That's all my profit margin on what would be a job that cost me $7,000. I would charge, I would probably charge $11,500 on, because we have to have profit margins and these profit margins have to be sustainable. And so if I cut all my profit margin out to do that job, how long am I going to be in business? Not very fucking long. If there's a loss on your property because it leaks and I did some shit wrong and you have $20,000, $30,000, or $40,000 of interior water damage, which $40,000 of interior water damage happens with about 5 minutes of a leak, maybe 10 minutes. Good storm, shitty roof, $30,000 in drywall, flooring, cabinets, you name it, the shit's messed up. Do you think I have enough money in my profit margin as a business to come back and fix your shit? I probably, at charging $7,000 with no profit to do a job that would normally take a price tag of $11,000, I probably don't even have fucking insurance because I can't afford it, because there's no profit in my jobs. So homeowners, you want contractors that are good at generating profit. You do not want somebody building some shit that you and your children sleep in and are trusting that it's not going to catch on fire, collapse, or kill you guys in your sleep. You do not want the cheapest contractor. That is not what you want. I promise you that's not what you want. As an electrician, 14 years I was a licensed electrician, and let me tell you this, if I do my job wrong as an electrician, people die. Plain and simple. You can kill a whole family of 5 being a shitty electrician and cutting corners real quick. And being a roofing contractor, it's a little bit harder to kill some people, but if you're a shitty roofing contractor, it's real easy to cut corners on a roof and hurt yourself, get one of your crews hurt, damage something on a homeowner's property, or ruin the rest of somebody's life. If you're a shitty contractor, please don't be a shitty contractor. Homeowners, please choose good, profitable, strong, reputable companies to work on your properties. And if you're doing insurance restoration work, stop shopping customers, stop shopping for contractors rather based on price, and start shopping them based on quality, skill, and experience, because all you pay in an insurance loss is your deductible. And once you've met that limit out of your out-of-pocket expense, the insurance company takes care of the rest. And then, look, don't say, but Dave, what about a roofing company that says they'll eat my deductible? I'm glad you asked. That shit's a felony in about 48 out of 50 states now. It's a felony. It's called insurance fraud. And here's how that happens. They tell the insurance company that you paid this $3,000 when you really didn't. And how they do that is they falsify an invoice that says on the bottom of it, oh, yeah, they paid me $3,000. Man, it's all good. You didn't actually pay it. And the problem with that is your contractor implicated you, the homeowner, because y'all probably talked about it at some point in time, not wanting to pay your deductible. And that's a contractual obligation you have with your insurance carrier. And when your contractor submits a falsified invoice saying that you paid it when you didn't, trying to get the depreciation, which is the rest of the money they hold until the job's complete, they send you that check and you didn't want to pay your deductible, but they're going to ask you, send us proof of payment. We want a cashed, cleared check. I had a contractor one time that I found out was eating fucking deductibles. And this motherfucker would literally have to, when he got caught, when an insurance company said, nah, we ain't paying you $20,000 in depreciation until you show us proof of that $5,000 deductible payment. This motherfucker had to give $5,000 to the homeowner so the homeowner could write them a check for 5,000 fucking dollars. You want to talk about some slimy scumbaggy shit? You're not playing by the rules. If you're a contractor doing that, you ain't playing by the fucking rules, man. You're not my competitor. You do not charge the value that I do. If you're taking money right off the top of your estimate, I'll shave $5,000 right off the top of this job. You ain't gonna be in business very long, bro. You ain't my competitor. Homeowners, that's not the person that you want roofing your property. I promise you that. Think smart. Think smart about selecting a contractor. Don't pick a contractor that's going to eat your deductible if you're doing insurance work, because that's all you're required to pay. You get a $30,000 investment in your house for $3,000. Let's go. Raise my property value. Raise the resale value of my house, wouldn't you? Let's put some motherfucking equity into my home. Let me get a $30,000 bag that only cost me $3,000. If you had $3,000 right now, and I guaranteed you that in 14 days I could put $30,000 back into your pocket. You gave me $3,000 right now in 14 days. Would you say no? Mm-mm. Sure wouldn't. If you had $3,000, you'd be like, it's about to be a rough 14 days, motherfucker, but we're gonna be rich. I know you would, because you're not stupid and you listen to my show. That's why you're not stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with me tonight. I really appreciate y'all vibing. 37 minutes strong, man. We did a fucking long one today. But that's good. That's what we want to do when we dig deep into topics. We're going to sit down and have a long format show, and we're actually going to talk about some shit. We're going to share some knowledge and some insights. That's why you guys come to the show, because y'all don't like hearing the same powder-coated bullshit that's being spewed out, especially in construction. It's all the same shit. It's all the same shit. Everyone's going to tell you how to build great sales teams and grow a business to scale. If you're at exit strategies and stuff like that, here's what I realized. I'm in my second year of business right now. My second year of business. I got no business thinking about an exit strategy. I'll fucking die. We'll exit when I die. That's what we'll do. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Roof Poppy, the motherfucking CEO of A5 Roofing. I'm your favorite roofer's favorite roofer. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We will see you on Monday with another episode of Roofing Underground.